Hey everybody, welcome. I am going to be working on a skinny, straight 20-ounce tumbler today. I have done the tack it and mica covered method as my base today. And this actually was white, but it comes up a little bit silvery, and that's okay because we're going to be doing the epoxy hang method of applying glitter to this cup. So I'm just going to go right ahead and get into it. This white glitter is by, it's Spinnet white from Michaels. Now, because I did this off camera, if you haven't seen that method done with the mica over the tack-it, I will link in the description below the video where I showed how I did that. So I have just a very little bit of epoxy here. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Sorry, I know this is a little off camera for you, but I'm just trying to pour it onto the top here. And as with the epoxy method of applying our glitter, we know we don't need very much. So I'm just going to get this on here and move it around. It will go thinner and quicker if you warm up your tumbler a little bit. I didn't, but that's just a little tip to make it a little bit easier for you. Okay, now we're going to let that glitter flow. Stay tuned. And we're back. There are 3 coats of epoxy on this tumbler now. And this is the water slide that we're going to be putting on here. Big bubbles and small bubbles. Bubbles, bubbles. Well, crap. Yep. I wound up with bubbles, and this is what I got when I tried to re-wet it. Take 2. I have another design that I did. This one is more spring-like. And what I did is, these are my initials all over this sheet with pastel background colors. So we're going to see how that looks on here, and we're going to do this again. Into the water it goes. This time I'm going to wet my cup. I'm going to drown my cup because it really did want to give me a hard time. I didn't think that I had too many bubbles in it, but it turns out that I had one whole strip of a bubble, and it was sealed on both sides. So after fighting with it, wrinkling it, even tearing it a little bit, I gave up the ghost. Sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. Let it sit and think about it for a couple of minutes as I go ahead and get this good and wet. Where is my water? If you've watched any of my videos, you know that when I do the surface, I like to spray it with water. This is just distilled water in this sprayer. And I do like to, I like to make sure, I've got a little bit of an ink spot there. And funny thing is, I have never had any trouble putting my water slides back in my water, but this time the ink that was on the opposite side started coming up, and these things have been sitting for days now, the water slides, after they were treated. So I don't really know what was going on with that, but whatever it was not on my side. And we're going to do this again, and I'm going to do it the same way I did before, face down. Maybe I should do it this way so I can see that I have good contact. Maybe that was part of the problem. Let's see, we're on there. Whoops, don't start sliding on me yet here. And which way do we want to go? We want to go this way. Okay. Okay, we'll do it. And put that there. Of course, it wants to be a little bit crooked. So we'll try to convince it. There we go. Now we have full contact. Not playing this game again. Okay. And we should be ready to pull. Oh, I've got one edge there that did not. There we go. Oh, yeah. Ah, yeah, maybe today's just not the day. Maybe. There we go. A little bit more. Maybe I should have done it the way that that method that I saw on TikTok. It looked a hell of a lot easier than this. Okay, there we go. We're off. Let's take a look all the way around and see. Well, that's much better than the last one was. And I can move my bubble, there we go, to where it needed to be. So I'm going to let this roll while I'm directing, because I just feel like that's going to make all the difference. There we go. There we go. I'm not dissatisfied with this. It's not as bright as the other water slide, but I do like it. And I especially like that you can't tell that those are my initials. Unless I told you, you probably wouldn't have picked that out. But yep, that's my own design. And I rather like it. I hope you do too. Okay, this was a whole lot easier. If I could just make my old brain remember to wet my cup first. That seems to be where my biggest issue came from, was that I did not wet the cup. So, all that being said, we're good to go. And when we come back, we definitely will have a finished cup. So stay tuned. Well, do you want to see this? I'm going to bring you in a little bit so you can see the design. A little hard to see the colors, but there we go. Sorry. Hope they didn't make anybody sick. We'll be back.